Good morning, baseball fans, and welcome to the regular season finale at the California Winter League. That's right. It's hard to believe that we arrived here in early January, started on January 28th, but today, on Wednesday, February 14th, Valentine's Day, we find ourselves just around the corner from the playoffs. I'm Brian Yanselson, joined today by Griffin Epstein for the first time on the broadcast. Now, you may not know at home, but Griffin is the marketing manager here at the CWL, and he helps all of us on the broadcast do what we love to do by providing lineups, talking to the managers, getting all sorts of information for us, and a lot more at the ballpark as well. But now Griffin is joining the broadcast for the regular season finale. So welcome, Griffin.
I got to turn on my mic. I forgot how to do this. Thanks, Brian, for the introduction. Excited to be here. Appreciate you letting me on, and appreciate Evan allowing me to step in and have a little fun today. We got a good game, beautiful weather, and looking forward to talking some baseball for the next few innings.
Yeah, we appreciate all that you do for us here at the CWL. We wouldn't be able to put on the broadcast without you, so it's only fitting that you join us on the regular season finale. And it's a good one between the Oregon Lumberjacks and the Alberta Grizzly. The following lineup will be what the Lumberjacks put out against Kevin Consolacio, leading off the shortstop Kazuya Ohila, followed by Liuya Enomoto in right field. Noah Areola batting third at first base. Will Thomas, the center fielder, batting fourth. Batting fifth, the second baseman, Chris Bliscoll. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Si-Hyun Kim. Batting seventh, the catcher, Robbie Wheeler. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Carson Barker. And batting ninth, the left fielder, Jonathan Pena. So the Lumberjacks are on a bit of a roll. They come into today at 9-5, and they want to get some momentum heading into the playoffs. They will try to do it against Kevin Consolacio. Griffin, the playoffs start on Friday. We've seen a lot of these teams. What do you think they need to do on this last day of the regular season to feel good going into that playoff matchup?
Yeah, well, you look at the home team, the Grizzly. They're trying to build up some confidence going into the playoffs. They're going to be the 2 seed, but they have struggled since the season resumed after those 2 rainouts at the beginning of last week. 0-4-1 in their last 5. Their last win is February 7th. Confidence is contagious hitting and pitching-wise, so they could really use a win today to build some confidence going into the playoffs. For the Lumberjacks, they want to keep things going. They're playing great baseball. They've won 5 of their last 6, and their only loss was that 5-4 thriller against the Blue Sox a couple days ago.
So we shall see what these teams, both wearing green, will come up with. Could get confusing for us and at home, but the Lumberjacks at the plate first. And we'll have to wait a second as the ball has made its way onto left field. But now everyone is set as Consolacio, the big righty on the mound for the Grizzly, gets set to face Ohila, the shortstop. Righty-righty matchup to get things going. Consolacio still looking out to left, now to right, as Pinheiro, the right fielder, getting some help closing the fence over there. So we were ready to go, but not everyone was.
It's an early morning, last one of the regular season. We have had incredible weather so far this week, Brian. I forget what clouds look like.
Oh, me too. It's beautiful. And to be out in the sun and not be sweating every day, that's what Palm Springs is all about. And now we are ready for first pitch. Consolacio to Ohila. Gets the swing and a miss for strike 1. Ohila at the plate, hitting 190. Typically at the top of the Lumberjacks order. With a wide open stance from the right side. He is literally facing Consolacio before bringing his front leg forward, and he brings the bat forward with a base hit up the middle for Ohila. So a good way to start it if you're the Jacks. Leadoff single as Liuya Enomoto steps to the bat.
It's so interesting, Brian. There's over 60 international players here in the California Winter League this season, and some of the fundamentals of baseball are taught differently overseas, and you see that in the different batting stances you were talking about with Ohila, but it's certainly been very effective this season at the top of the Lumberjacks lineup.
First pitch strike to Enomoto, another one of those international players from Japan. So Ohila and Enomoto get it going for the Lumberjacks. Middle infield looking for a double play. Wargo at third, playing about even with the bag as Ohila off of first. The pitch to Enomoto in the dirt. Supinski blocks it. And it's a 1-1 count. Leading off here in the first inning, already 1 on, nobody out. Jacks and Grizzly scoreless. Consolacio glances over at Ohila. Brings the glove to his belt, now fires and misses upstairs. Ball 2, 2-1 the count to Enomoto.
I think for Consolacio today, he's has 4 appearances, 3 starts on the season. He's had a couple issues with command, so that's going to be big for him today. He had 6 walks combined in his last 2 starts, but just 2 walks in his last 2 appearances.
Able to get the corner there. Close call goes in his favor. 2-2 the count to Inamoto. Last day of the regular season here at the CWL. Both teams want to go into the playoffs with some momentum. The 2-2 to Inamoto. Runner goes, and the ball right to the shortstop who was covering the bag, but Heckman can collect it, and it gets away for a base hit. Tough break for Heckman, who was in the perfect spot to get that hit-and-run opportunity. However, it works out for the Jacks, who now have runners at first and second, nobody out for Noah Ariola.
It looked like a tailor-made double play ball, but in part because of that hit and run, it really messed up the rhythm, it felt like, of Heckman, and now a great chance for the Jacks to strike first.
Ariola, the right-handed hitter, hitting .273. Couple runs batted in, and he's got a chance here. First and second, nobody out, scoreless between the Jacks and the Grizzly in the first. Breaking ball, a strike for Consolacio, who told me that slow breaking ball is actually a knuckleball. 63 miles an hour, something he's been working on, and it gets him ahead in the count 0-1. Now he'll step off the rubber and take a moment. 0-1 the count to Noah Ariola. Ohila at second, and Inamoto at first, both of them reaching with singles. Top of the first, still scoreless between the Jacks and Grizzly. Consolacio glances to second, now nearly hits Ariola, but he gets out of the way. 1-1 the count. Locals Wednesday here at the CWL. $5 admission for locals. Still filing in for our doubleheader. Consolacio's 1-1 to Ariola. Broken bat up the middle. Sobojinski tags the runner for 1 and on to first for 2 double play. Boy, the concentration for Sobojinski to avoid the broken bat, get the ball, tag the runner, and make the throw for 2 outs is quite impressive. And it gets Consolacio 1 out away from getting out of the inning.
Yeah, you said it, Brian. What an alert play. You have a bat flying in your face. You have runners running all over the place. And really a key moment with 2 on and nobody out. A chance for the Jacks at a big inning. And Sobojinski calm and composed for a big double play. And Consolacio and the Grizz can escape this top of the first unscathed.
Runner still at third, 2 away in the top of the first. Will Thomas, the hitter now. And he takes the first pitch. Low and in, but a strike called. Pretty good call there for Consolacio. Will Thomas playing center field today. In there from the right side is Consolacio back to the windup with just the runner on third. Kicks and delivers, misses up and away, ball 1. 1-1 the count to Thomas. This inning began with back-to-back singles for the Jacks, but then a 4-3 double play. So Bajinski, a great play there at second. Has 2 outs, and the runner just at third as Consolacio tries to escape. The 1-1 to Thomas, a swing and a miss. 1-2 the count for Consolacio. The New York native on the mound stands way over on the first base side of the rubber. Takes a deep breath. Brings the glove right to his chest where it says Grizzly in bright white on that green. The windup and the 1-2 upstairs. Ball 2. Thomas hitting just 143, 3 base hits on the year. Trying to come through. Get his team up early. It's Ohila over there at third. The 2-2 delivery on the way to Thomas. There's the knuckleball. Weak contact, pop fly in the infield. Who's got it? Sobojinski under it. And he makes the catch for the third out of the inning. So the Lumberjacks put 2 on with nobody out, but Consolacio gets out of it. We're headed to the bottom of the first, scoreless between the Grizzly and the Jacks.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
Welcome back to the California Winter League, where the Grizzly and Lumberjacks are tied at 0 in the bottom of the first. The Grizzly, struggling offensively, look to get it going against Xingsheng Sai. Clayton Larange, Ben Gabor, and Gavin Stupinski will be the first three to face Sai, followed by Kenise Ijo, Tate Wargo, and Carlos Pinheiro. Remy Heckman, Jorge Duran, and Alex Sobojinski rounded out. The first batter of the day, Larange, the lefty. Slow breaking ball, misses upstairs. Ball 1 from Sai, who has that unique delivery. We haven't seen him start a game. He's usually coming in from the bullpen for the Lumberjacks and manager David Peterson. But he goes down under and then comes back up as this one is sent back up to center field. Backing up is Thomas, and he makes the catch just ahead of the warning track to retire Larange. One away in the bottom of the first, and Ben Gabor will step up to bat.
Submarine motion is definitely hard to face, and often managers like to use those funky pitchers as a reliever. You face maybe a normal over-the-top pitcher and then bring a guy so unique like Sai out of the bullpen, but getting an opportunity, different experience for him today to make the start.
Gabor, the righty, stands in there, takes a close one outside, ball 1. Righty-righty matchup between Sai and Gabor. The 1-0 here inside, ball 2. 2-0 to Gabor, who hit a homer yesterday on the backfield. That was the first home run of the year for Gabor. This really loaded Grizzly offense that has quieted down just a bit lately. This one misses upstairs. 3-0 to Gabor. We are aware of some audio issues. We're trying to fix them if you're listening at home. Gabor, pretty open stance from the right side. Not quite as open as Ohila, but still open as he brings his front foot forward and takes ball 4 upstairs. A 4-pitch walk to Ben Gabor with one away in the bottom of the first, and up comes Gavin Stupinski. So Sai retired Larange quickly with an F8. But now a 4-pitch walk to Gabor, and the Grizzly have something going in the middle of their order. Stupinski, the catcher. One of the best hitters this CWL has seen. The first pitch to him, a wave and a miss, strike 1. Especially early on, not many were hitting better than Stupinski. He is still hitting .367 with 2 homers, 2 triples, and 8 runs batted in. Has an 0-1 count here as Gabor goes towards second. It's hit there to second. Nice grab by Bliscoll, who will get Stupinski out at first. Gabor will advance to second, now 2 away in the bottom of the first. And Kenise Ijo looks to bring them home.
Yeah, Brian, I was talking to you before the game about how good this middle of the lineup is for Alberta. Their offense has been really good all season. You know, so much experience with Stupinski and now Ijo back-to-back. Both of these guys were full-time Frontier League batters last year. Stupinski had a really great season with the Sussex County Miners, and Ijo was an everyday outfielder as well for the Trois-Rivières Eagles.
I knew you were going to try to get that name in there.
Been brushing up on my French.
Ijo takes ball 1 outside. He is a Canadian Ijo from Ontario. But he plays for the Alberta Grizzly here. And there goes Gabor before the pitch is even delivered, and he's got third standing up. Boy, Gabor caught Sai napping on the mound. Sai did get a strike on Ijo to make it 1-1, but Gabor now 90 feet away from putting the Grizzly up in the first. 2 away, Ijo up. Jackson Grizzly still scoreless. Ijo looks at one right there for the strike. 1-2 the count to Kenise Ijo. Looks back at the umpire just to make sure he knows where it was. He's behind in the count, 1-2. Time called at the plate, so we'll wait a moment. Sai, the pitcher from Chinese Taipei. 6'0", 190. And with that unique delivery, could be hard for a right-handed hitter like Ijo to see him well. Here goes the 1-2. Sent the other way, foul. Gabor reached with a walk, advanced to second on a ground ball, and then stole third. He's still over there. Ijo at the plate with a 1-2 count and 2 away in the bottom of the first. Upstairs, ball 2. Ejo, a patient at bat, fouling one off, taking it to 2-2. Like you mentioned, Griffin, very difficult part of the order to navigate. Ejo hitting .250 on the year and has drawn 5 walks, so waiting for his pitch most of the time. The righty awaits the delivery, and it's way out there. Wheeler had to get off his knees to pick it up. 3-2 the count now to Kanice Ejo with 2 away in the first. Grizzly trying to go up with Gabor at third. These green jerseys blend into the grass for both teams as the 3-2 skied high behind the dish and out of play. Almost hits a fan. Thankfully, it looks like everyone got out of the way. And we'll do the 3-2 all over again. Ejo, the cleanup hitter, looking to do some cleaning up. Instead, he'll look at one high and take first with a walk. Very patient approach for Ejo pays off. Corners are covered now with 2 away, and up comes Tate Wargo, the last man opponents want to see, because Wargo leads the Grizzly in hitting .400. How about that, folks? This deep into the season, regular season finale. And he is hitting .400, has runners at the corners, 2 away in the bottom of the first. Ejo thought about going. Instead, a strike at the plate, 0-1 to Wargo.
Wargo's only 5'8", 160, but really disciplined hitter and really hard worker. I feel like we get here really early, Brian. He's the first guy I see here every day.
There does go Ejo. Wargo lifts it to center field. Thomas, right underneath it, lines it up and makes the catch for the third out of the inning. So both teams strand 2 runners on base. Grizzly had runners at the corners with 2 away, but couldn't bring anyone home. So we head to the top of the second inning. Jackson Grizzly tied at 0.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Welcome back to the second inning at the California Winter League between the Jacks and the Grizzlies. Still tied at 0. Still working on those audio problems. Hopefully it sounds a little bit better. But definitely keep letting us know in the chat. We really appreciate it. As Kevin Consolacio readies his first pitch, a breaking ball misses outside to Bliscoe. 1-0. Lumberjacks put the first 2 on in the first with singles, but a double play erased them, and Consolacio got out of that jam. Here it gets a wave and a miss. 1-1 to Bliscoe.
Impressive work by both pitchers in the first inning, getting into some trouble, but getting out of it unscathed. And you imagine confidence levels high for both Cy and Consolacio.
Yeah, always helps to get out of that early jam as Consolacio falls behind 2-1 to Bliscoe. Bliscoe gets some good wood on that one, sends it to right field, but Pinheiro lines it up and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Si Hyun Kim coming up. Si Hyun Kim, the shortstop, wearing number 13. Everyone taking a little bit longer between pitches. And now Consolacio goes into his windup. The knuckleball catches the strike zone, 0-1. That knuckleball looks good.
Yeah, it's just 62 miles per hour, but it really dips into the zone, an unusual pitch for batters to face, and it's only going to throw off your rhythm as a batter.
0-1 from Consolacio. A little more heat on that one, 77 outside, 1-1. Consolacio playing last year in the CWL, so he's back, a returner. Has a 1-1 count on Kim. And a foul ball. Look out, Kim thinks it might have hit him as well, but it hit the bat. We could hear it from here. 1-2 the count to Si Hyun Kim. Tough righty-righty matchup. Slow windup and the delivery in the dirt blocked by Stupinski. 2-2 the count now. These Lumberjacks on a roll, as we talked about at the beginning of the broadcast. 9-5, coming off a 6-3 win against MLB China. Landazuri on the mound for them yesterday. 3 2/3 innings, 6 strikeouts, and no runs allowed. But it's been the offense for Oregon as the 2-2 to Kim. That was a pretty good pitch for Consolacio, but Kim still in there after Boucher calls it a ball. Our zone here had it as strike 3, but Kim stands in there, looking to make do with this second life. The payoff pitch on the way to Si Hyun Kim. Puts it into play, right back to Consolacio, who will walk it to first, then shovel it over to Duran for out number 2.
Well, Brian, after those first 2 batters reached against Consolazo, he's retired 4 in a row and really seen the confidence grow on the mound for the big righty from upstate New York.
Has to get through Robbie Wheeler, the powerful catcher. Always sneaks up on you at the bottom of the Lumberjacks order, but a pair of home runs this year, including here at the main stadium. As he takes one low and away, ball 1. Wheeler early in the year saw some bouncing around, helped teams out when they needed a catcher, but now he has settled in here with the Lumberjacks. Consolacio has his sign, delivers towards Stupinski, the catcher, and it's lashed the other way, but foul past the trainers and to the batting cages. 1-1 the count to Wheeler.
A lot of pop in the Jacks lineup. They had 2 home runs yesterday. They had a 5-run 5th inning. Their win over MLB China. Yoshin Oda hit a 3-run homer. Brandon Fields a 2-run homer. Gotta like the power for the Jacks going into the postseason.
Here a weak tapper to third. Wargo cuts it off, makes the throw on to first for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Consolacio and the Grizzly as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Jacks and Grizzly tied at 0.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what
Bottom of the second inning here between the Lumberjacks and the Grizzly, still locked at 0. Carlos Pinheiro, Remy Heckman, and Jorge Duran, the 3 due up for the Grizzly. And it just goes to show how deep this lineup can be when they are going well. At one point, they were the leading offense in most categories. However, Griffin, the Lumberjacks have taken their spot at the top of the run column. And a big part of it is 21 runs in one game. That'll certainly catapult you, but it just goes to show kind of where these two teams have been headed. The Grizzly, a little bit of a slump. Lumberjacks heating up. Can they both turn it around and in the right direction where they want it for the playoffs?
Yeah, it makes this game big to carry that momentum into single elimination playoffs starting on Friday.
First pitch to Pinheiro. A call on the corner, strike 1. The starter, Cy, still on the mound. Goes into his side-winding windup and misses outside. 1-1 to Pinheiro. Right back on the rubber and into his delivery. Good swing, but it's just popped straight up in the infield. Bliscoe calls everyone off and makes the catch for the first out. A lot of pop-ups today early on. These hitters just getting underneath these pitches, and one away in the bottom of the second for Remy Heckman.
Yeah, you think with the submarine throw of Cy, the ball often almost rises up on you, which you don't see, but with the movement, unique arm slot of Cy, I think that's going to tend batters to get underneath the baseball mark instead of the ball see more moving downward in the zone. It's moving up in the zone.
Speaking of moving up, that one upstairs and hits Heckman. The shortstop can't even hit before he is hit, and he'll take first. And that might be better for opposing pitchers because Heckman went 3 for 3 yesterday. So if you can't beat him, maybe hit him. And that's what Cy did. Puts the runner at first with one away in the bottom of the second as Jorge Duran steps up. Still scoreless between the Jacks and the Grizzly. See if Heckman tests Cy. We haven't seen him from the stretch that much. Time called at the plate. We saw Gabor try to steal second. He got there safely and then stole third. Duran attacks the first pitch, and you guessed it, another pop fly, this time to center. Thomas hauls it in for out number 2. So as you talked about, just weak contact off of Cy, adjusting to the motion, and the Grizzly hitters have not thus far. 2 away in the bottom of the second for Alex Sobojinski.
There's still a lot of potential in this Grizzly lineup. They've been the top offense in the league for much of the year. They still lead the league in batting average and on-base percentage. But as you mentioned, Brian, Sobojinski takes a pitch outside. It's started to head in the wrong direction, and their pitching numbers are towards the bottom of the league.
But it's a new season as of Friday. Every team making the playoffs, quarterfinals, and semifinals, and a championship Sunday. As this 1-0 towards the plate, a strike runner going, and he's out by a mile. What a throw by Wheeler to eliminate Heckman, trying to steal second. No can do, says Wheeler, and we head to the top of the third inning. Grizzly and Jacks tied at 0.
Immerse yourself in the ultimate fan experience at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Stop by any of our 3 premier properties in the Coachella Valley to catch all of the games on our giant wraparound screens. See real-time scores on our giant LED sports ticker. Plus, enjoy exciting twists on all of your bar food favorites. Get your game on at 360 Sports in Rancho Mirage, Palm Springs, or Cathedral City. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Welcome back to the third inning where the Lumberjacks and Grizzly remain tied at 0. Kevin Consolacio back on the mound for the Grizzly. The starter today making his 5th appearance and 4th start. We mentioned that he played in the CWL a year ago. He did not pitch. He was here as a position player, and now back on the mound. And really, it's great to see him on the diamond. One of the shining examples of why this league exists, giving guys a shot to play the game. He was kind enough to share a story that he wants me to share on the air, and hope to do it justice. As Consolacio, the 27-year-old from upstate New York, is back playing baseball for the first time in a while. When he was 16 years old, his mother, Carol, passed away. and it became a very difficult time period for Consolacio. He gave up playing baseball. He went into a just dark time in his life and started working at a florist company in Connecticut, which then went out of business during COVID. And so he was without a job. He wasn't playing baseball anymore. He had just lost his mom. And he said he started playing MLB The Show a lot, the video game, and had a lot of conversations with his dad, Eric, and his number one fan, Paige. And he said, you know what, I really regret not playing baseball anymore. I need to get back into it. And he came out to the CWL last year, did really well, got to play at the Pecos League with the Vallejo Seaweed. And now he's back because he did a great job with the Seaweed, and he gets to pitch now, and even told me today, I'm actually playing a lot more, so it's going faster as he starts this at-bat with Barker with a strike. But just a reminder of the stories at this league. Everyone has one, and Kevin has been kind enough to share his with me. So his number one fan, Paige, his dad, Eric, we know they're usually watching. And so shout out to them, and definitely shout out to Kevin for making it through that difficult period in his life.
Yeah, really special story, and powerful that Kevin was willing to open up and share his story as well.
Here he has a 1-1 with Barker, and he gets a strike, 1-2. Yeah, and he told me that he wants to share it because he wants to inspire other people with the story. He wants other people who are listening to say, if there's something you love, do it. And if there's someone you love, reach out to them, because you never know when you might get that next chance. This is 1-2, misses a little bit inside, 2-2 the count to Carson Barker. And I think it's very fitting on Valentine's Day to talk about that, is, you know, just give someone you someone you love a call. Tell them you love them. Tell them that you miss them. And Kevin plays every day out there for his mom, Carol, who he misses very much. And so wish him all the best. He told me he always writes her name out there on the mound and wants to do right by her. And he has absolutely done a great job. Has a 3-2 count here on Barker. Little pop-up towards third, and it'll land foul. But it really is amazing, Griffin. I know you've been at the center of it. There's just so many unique backgrounds here at the CWL. And with over 800 players getting signed over the last 15 years from here, giving guys an opportunity to pursue their dreams, whether it's straight out of high school after college or coming back to play like Kevin after 10 years of not playing. You just love to see it. The 3-2 to Barker, fouled straight back. So a great at-bat by Barker here to lead off the third.
So many great players in the Winter League, and yeah, players at different stages of their lives and their baseball careers. This is an opportunity for really all these players have been said by someone to continue their playing career, and for them to continue that under great weather in February, and as Consolacio did last season, hope to continue that into the summer.
Misses upstairs to Barker with ball four, so the leadoff walk to start the third. We'll bring up Jonathan Pena, the left fielder. Interesting to see Pena at the bottom of the order. David Peterson has often put him at the top, leading off. But we've seen David Peterson do that before with his lineup. The other day putting Brandon Fields in the 9-hole. And that came through late. Here, let's see if Pena can do similar. He'll take the first pitch outside, but a strike called. Generous call for Consolacio, trying to work around a leadoff walk. The Lumberjacks were this close to snapping the Blue Sox win streak the other day. As Consolacio checks on the runner at first, nothing doing. They were up in the 7th inning. The talk around town, the Blue Sox, their long win streak about to be snapped, and then out of nowhere, the Blue Sox came back, and they continue what is now an 11-game win streak. But the Lumberjacks have come the closest. Here, the 0-1 to Pena. Upstairs, 1-1 the count. Very deliberate pace here to start the third. A long at-bat by Barker, acting as a leadoff hitter. Doing a good job, just making Consolacio work, and now Pena trying to move him over. A lot of room on the right side of the infield. As Consolacio from the stretch, up and away, ball 2.
That might have been the game of the season so far between the Jacks and the Blue Sox. Everyone kind of knew that was for the top of the division, back and forth. There was 3 or 4 different lead changes, and then that thrilling 7th inning to close it out.
The 2-1 to Pena, up and away again. That's where the misses have been consistently for Consolacio here in this third inning. Behind in the count to Pena, 3-1, scoreless in the top of the third between the Grizzly and the Lumberjacks. There has been some traffic on the bases, though. Barker off of first, not going anywhere. The 3-1, a strike. Come on back, Jonathan, to the batter's box. He was ready to walk to first. But Brendan Boucher said not so fast. A 3-2 count with nobody out and one on at first. Duran continues to hold on Barker. Let's see if he goes with the 3-2. Does not. Here is the pitch, and that one is outside for ball 4. So eventually Pena got to walk over to first, and now first and second, nobody out for the top of the order.
Back-to-back really patient at-bats by the Lumberjacks, taking at-bats to a full count before working walks, and really a big difference from the first 2 innings for them at the plate. A lot of early swings, settling back, being patient, and finding success.
Smart visit by the catcher Stupinski to talk to Consolacio, just calm him down a little bit. He is in a bit of trouble, though. First and second, nobody out, consecutive walks, and Kazuya Ohila represents the top of the order. We saw what Ohila did his first time, a single lined up the middle. Long hold, now the delivery to Ohila in the dirt, ball 1. Ohila and Enamoto, who is on deck, started the game with back-to-back singles. Looked like the Lumberjacks might strike early, but a double play helped Consolacio get out of it. Here we have a very similar situation, though. First and second, nobody out, this time via walks. Consolacio trying to keep it a scoreless game in the third. Kicks and fires, lined, foul over third. Peterson had to duck. Ben Gabor goes and collects it, hanging out as the designated hitter. And Ohila back in the batter's box with a 1-1 count. Looking straight at Consolacio. Consolacio glances towards second, so Bojinski's basically playing on the bag. Now he backs up as the 1-1 inside for a ball. The throw over to first, blocked by Duran. Dangerous throw there. And we have a 2-1 count now as Consolacio taking his time, taking a lot of deep breaths. Has his sign from Stupinski. Raises his glove over his head before bringing it in front of his chest. Now kicks and fires. The 2-1, another liner, another foul ball. Ohila not missing these pitches by much.
Talk about the Lumberjacks' patience at the plate. We've seen it this inning. Entered today leading the league with 54 walks on the season in 14 games. That's a really impressive number.
Big moment in this game. Scoreless in the third, but the Lumberjacks threatening. The 2-2 to Ohila. Knuckleball, strike 3. What a time to pull out the knuckleball. Consolacio freezes Ohila and gets a big out number 1. Ryuya Enamoto now to the plate.
That's the pitch of the day easily. What a beautiful pitch by Consolacio for his first strikeout and much needed first out here in the third.
Lefty Enamoto still has runners at first and second, but one away now in the third. Still scoreless after that K. Goes back to the breaker, and it's in the dirt, ball 1. Consolacio not the only knuckleball we've seen at the CWL. Michael Temple of the Chill has also been working on one. Who will be the next Tim Wakefield? Maybe it's Consolacio. The 1-0 to Enamoto, up and away, ball 2. We did have a knuckleballer in the CWL make it to the major leagues. Griffin, do you know who I'm talking about?
I don't. Wow. That is an impressive fact. I might know the name when you tell me.
Here we have a 2-0 count to Enamoto. The delivery from Consolacio, lashed foul over the first base side. 2-1 the count, runners at first and second, one away in the top of the third. Grizzly and Lumberjacks tied at 0. Mickey Janis made it. He played with the Baltimore Orioles, and he's a knuckleballer.
And he played in the California Winter League.
He played in the California Winter League. Enamoto fouled past first again. And it just goes to show that the path is real. The pipeline is very real. We've had several major leaguers go from the California Winter League to the major leagues. And that's what these guys are all hoping for. Just a shot to be seen, a shot to be heard, and a shot to plate. And Emoto right now at the plate. First and second with one away. Consolacio trying to get out of another jam. Looks off the runner at second. Now goes into his windup. The knuckleball misses away. Ball 3.
The knuckleball has certainly proven to be an effective pitch. Probably 30 years ago, scouts would have laughed at you if you tried to throw it, but especially with the impact and success of Tim Wakefield, it's a viable pitch.
Big payoff pitch on the way to Enomoto. Hard line drive right into the wired fence. Enomoto, if he can keep it fair, might do some real damage. He is on these pitches. 89 off the bat. Gabor has to chase the ball all the way into fair territory. Not sure if they see him because everyone's ready to go. The 3-2 once more from Consolacio to Enomoto. Line drive deep to right field, but it hooks foul. I'm telling you, Griffin, Enomoto having a good at-bat. Just has to keep it straight. That's 3 or 4 foul balls that have been hard off the bat. You might even be able to hear the crack of the bat at home. But we'll do the 3-2 again. Barker at second, Pena at first. Line drive up the middle into center field, a base hit. Barker will score from second, or will he? Yes, he will. Boy, that throw made it closer than I thought it would be as Ijo got it in from center. But he did come around to score as Enomoto finally, after all the foul balls, kept it straight into center field and puts the Lumberjacks up 1-0.
Yeah, he just showed off the arm in center for sure. That was a great throw, and Barker was hustling a little slower. He might have been out at the plate, but that patience pays off for Enomoto. Really good long hit bat, and balls up the middle. That's what coaches love to see. And the Jacks take an early lead.
You could tell he was on it, and now Arriola with a chance to do more damage. Jacks up 1-0 in the third. First pitch to Arriola. 62, low and away, ball 1. Pena at second, Enomoto now at first. The RBI single to put Oregon up 1-0. The 1-0 nearly hits Arriola. Has to dodge it. Will take his helmet off and take a deep breath. You don't love to see 75 coming right in front of your eyes. So as he collects himself, now back in the batter's box. First and second, one away. Already a run in for the Jacks, looking for more. And they've got the middle of their order due up. The 3-hitter, Arriola. The 2-0 deep to left field. Tailing, and foul. 95 off the bat, 375, but just a long foul ball.
Arriola is a big man, and he hit that ball a long way. Just missed it. The Jacks dugout was ready to celebrate.
Yeah, but unfortunately for them, they had the best view of it going foul. They're in the first base dugout and had the straight view ahead to left. So Arriola takes a long walk back to the plate, where he'll still have command of a 2-1 count. Wind blowing towards left, and it didn't help Arriola that time. The 2-1, knuckleball in the dirt, 3-1. Consolacio got out of a jam in the first inning, had a clean second, but running into some obstacles in the third. Already a run home, and a 3-1 count to Arriola with 2 runners on. Here it goes, lined, out of play, foul.
Another full count. It's been the story of this inning. This is 4th out of 5 batters in this inning for the Jacks that have worked it full. It's really impressive.
And it all started with Barker to lead off the inning. Full count, walk, really helping his team out. Consolacio looks towards second, now fires home, low and away, ball 4. Arriola tosses the bat, he'll take first, and the bases are loaded with 1 away for Will Thomas.
It's all come down to that last pitch with the count full as Jared Lemieux's going to walk out to the mound and have a conversation with Consolacio. But on those full count pitches, 3 of them have gone as walks, and the other the RBI single by Enomoto.
Yeah, some real trouble as the Jacks looking for more, already up 1-0 in the third, and they have the bases loaded. And we want to take this moment to remind you to keep up to date with everything California Winter League. You can follow us on social media, finding us on Facebook and Instagram at California Winter League, and on Twitter at Cal Winter League. You can also visit our website at californiawinterleague.com. You'll find information about the upcoming playoffs, how you can get tickets, how you can tune in on YouTube. Quarterfinals on Friday, all 8 teams in play, then the semifinals on Saturday, before the championship on Sunday. It'll be International Division against the American Division. So the Oregon Lumberjacks belong to the American Division, and the Alberta Grizzly on the international side. But before that, still one game to get through for both of these sides, and Will Thomas looking to do damage with the bases loaded, one away. The first pitch to him. Close call goes in favor of Consolacio, a strike, 0-1 to start it off to Thomas.
Big chance here for the Jacks to take a commanding lead early in this ballgame.
Into the windup goes Consolacio. This one wide, 1-1. Pena at third. He had a walk. Enomoto at second. He drove in a run with a single, and Areola, the latest walk at first. Lumberjacks already up 1-0 in the third, and they have a chance for more. Will Thomas patiently awaiting the 1-1. Here it goes. Knuckleball barely gets it, and just over the net. Thought it was going to block it, but thankfully everyone looking. What a late swing on the knuckleball for Thomas, just trying to wield it, get a piece of it, and he did. 1-2 the count to Thomas. Consolacio really trusting the knuckleball. See if he goes to it on 1-2. High leg kick and fires. Oh, what a pick by Stupinski. That was a couple of feet away from the plate. Would have been a run for sure. But the catcher got in front of it and keeps it 2-2 the count and 1-0 the lead for Oregon.
I can tell you're a big fan of catcher defense, Brian.
They've been excellent this season. 2-2 misses high, 3-2.
Really, Consolacio has commanded the knuckleball well. It's been the fastball that's let him down here in this third inning.
I'd go to it here, 3-2. Bases loaded, one away. Jacks up 1. Thomas at the plate. Goes with the fastball, misses high, and that's ball 4. Jacks will get another run via the bases loaded walk and lead it 2-0 now in the third. Chris Bliscoe now, he hit it hard his first time up. It was a fly out to right, but got to look out, especially on the first pitch here if you're Consolacio. Still bases loaded, one away. Jacks now up 2-0. The delivery from Consolacio. Bliscoe does swing at the first pitch and gets it out of play, foul. Enomoto, the big hit in this inning, an RBI single. And the rest have been walks. Consolacio looking for his command here. Ahead 0-1 on Bliscoe. Foul in the exact same spot, 0-2. Bliscoe has been one of those that has been working overtime. There's a postgraduate high school program here that plays on the field after we leave at the CWL, and Bliscoe has been spending time with them, fielding some extra grounders, getting some BP. Here behind 0-2, and the knuckleball nearly gets the corner, but it misses inside 1-2. But it's been really cool to see Bliscoe with those players. Even after everyone leaves, he sticks around to just get some more reps. And he's been improving at the plate. Has a big chance here. 1-2 the count. Consolacio shakes off the catcher, now has something he agrees on. Bliscoe, hard to short. Great stop by Heckman on to Sobojinski, but it gets away into right field. 1 run in, a second right behind him, and Bliscoe will take second as the Grizzly were about to get out of the inning with a double play, but the throw from Heckman to second just got away.
Man, Sobojinski and Heckman wish they had that back. You felt it had a chance to be the 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. Only 2 runs would come across. It'd be a win for the Grizzly. But Heckman and Sobojinski not able to connect, and now the crooked number on the board for the Lumberjacks.
That is a backbreaker for Consolacio on the mound. You think you're about to get out of it. Instead, 2 runners in scoring position still, now down 4-0, and be careful on the first pitch to Kim, fouled straight back. 4 runs in, all in the 3rd inning. Lumberjacks being very patient, waiting their turn, waiting for their pitch, and they have not missed them. Si Hyun Kim, the 0-1 becomes 0-2. Turns around and looks at the umpire. But he does have an 0-2 count on him. Infield now plays in with the 0-2 count. Consolacio agrees with Stupinski, goes into the windup, and the 0-2, knuckleball in the dirt, ball 1.
Jacks had the big inning yesterday in their win, 5-run 5th. They've done it today in the 3rd, 4 runs.
They score in bunches at 21 the other day. Not quite there yet, but 4-0 in the 1-2 chopped foul past 3rd. Those 21 runs just kept on coming against China. Every time you thought there was a little lull in the game, bam, 3-run homer, Robbie Wheeler. Bam, more runs for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, that electric pulse that's in this Jacks lineup really makes them dangerous in the postseason.
Chokes up on the bat and puts it into play. Diving stop by Duran at first. The throw home, out at the plate as Stupinski applies the tag. A marvelous play at first by Duran, who was playing in with the runner at 3rd. Got the diving stop through basically on his back home, and Stupinski got the out there. 2 away now in the 3rd. Runners at the corners, and the Lumberjacks are up 4-0, but it could have been more if not for that great defensive play.
Gutsy by Duran after making a diving stop. Ball gets to you really quickly with playing in. Thought he might just go to first, but no, goes for the out at home and works out.
A chance to limit the damage for Consolacio. First pitch to Wheeler, a wave and a miss, strike 1. 4 walks in the inning for the Lumberjacks. The RBI single for Enomoto and a costly error by the Grizzly have resulted in 4 runs. Wheeler still has runners at the corners, now 2 away. Consolacio from the stretch, upstairs, ball 1, 1-1. Can't stop thinking about that play by Duran to cut off a runner in Thomas, who's pretty fast as well. Consolacio, the 1-1 low, 2-1 now. Going between a quick slide step and a more full leg kick as the runner Kim over there at first threatens to go. 2-1 the count to Wheeler. You can't lose track of him. 2 homers on the year, and the wind is blowing out to left. Flags in center indicate that. The 2-1, Wheeler lines it to left, and it's down for a base hit. Larange cuts it off to prevent it from getting to the wall. Wheeler trying for second, and he's in there with a double. Robbie Wheeler drives in a run with an RBI double, and the Lumberjacks rolling in the 3rd.
Another big inning for the Jacks. They've batted around. Almost everyone's gotten 8 of 9 batters have gotten on base in the inning. It's really impressive. The Jacks can string hits together. They say hitting is contagious, and it certainly has been for Oregon really ever since those 2 rainouts. They've come back and been excellent offensively, looking to win their 6th game out of their last 7 going into the postseason.
Carson Barker at the plate for the 2nd time this inning. Lumberjacks batting around, and Barker swings over the top of it, 0-1. He got the party started. A walk to begin the 3rd. He came around to score, and now here he is with 2 in scoring position and a 5-0 lead in the 3rd. Down to a knee to foul it straight into the net. 0-2 the count to Barker. These Lumberjacks have double trouble when it comes to the manager, David Peterson, at the helm, and they also have Bobby Brown, who arrived a little bit late, but he's been helping out and will take over soon, as well as the 0-2 just misses outside. So it doesn't hurt to have a pair of good minds as managers. So the Lumberjacks have that working for them, and they've had a whole lot working as well this inning. The 1-2 to Barker, low and in, ball 2. A beautiful day in Palm Springs, California. Regular season finale. Playoffs just around the corner. And the great crowds continue to fill in here. Locals Wednesday, so Coachella Valley residents fill in the ballpark up. Tomorrow we will have a day off. As the 2-2 from Consolazio, foul, barely down the first baseline.
Wyatt Rowland starting to soft toss in the Grizzlies bullpen. Consolazio can't get out of this third inning.
We've seen managers agree to rollover innings before. I know that's something that Jared Lemieux doesn't love to do, the manager for the Grizzly. We'll do the 2-2 again to Barker. A swing and a miss. Strike 3. Stupinski held on to it, and that'll do it. The Lumberjacks strike for 5 in the top of the third. Grizzly work to do as we head to the bottom of the third.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Some work to do for the Alberta Grizzly. They trail 5-0 as we start the bottom of the third. Alex Sobojinski will get it going. First pitch swinging straight to center field. Thomas has been busy out there. Brings it in for out number 1. If there's any offense that has shown they could do it, it's this Grizzly offense for much of the season, leading the CWL in runs and hits, batting average. So we'll see if they have it in them today. The top of the order now up in Clayton Larange.
Really made the good point, though, Brian, about Grizzly getting under the baseball.
First pitch to Larange, a strike. You know, that's been Xingsheng Tsai on the mound. He comes with that unique delivery.
5 of the 7 outs, first time through the lineup for Tsai, courtesy of the flyout.
And they just have no shot right now. A wave and a miss by Larange. 0-2 quickly for the Chinese Taipei native. The 0-2 to Larange. Check swing, fouled into the net for Tsai. 0-2 on the year. This is his 10th appearance. Has a 6.79 ERA across 11 1/3. But he is looking dominant today. The 0-2 on the way to Larange. Outside, ball 1. 1-2.
It's only the second time this season that he's worked into a third inning of work. Last went over 2 innings against the Power not too long ago on February 9th.
The 1-2 to Larange, wide again, 2-2. You know, there could be something to it, though. This is the first time he started a game, and I was really curious to see that because he's typically the first man out of the bullpen. Maybe the idea of, hey, I'm going to pitch at this moment, get myself mentally prepared has really helped him because he looks good. The 2-2 to Larange, same miss, again, 3-2. After starting 0-2, Larange works it full. But I've talked to plenty of pitchers in the past who say, hey, bullpen and starting is totally different.
Absolutely. Really be a whole different mental game. Some guys like one or the other better.
The payoff pitch to Larange, again outside, ball 4. Excellent job by Larange to not chase any out there. Tsai couldn't finish the deal, so now a runner at first with one away and Gabor coming to bat.
Kind of quietly, because the Grizzlies do have had 4 base runners now, but they still don't have a hit against Cy.
Yeah, 3 walks now, a hit by pitch, but no hard contact. Lots of pop flies, a lot of them to center field and second base. Let's see if Gabor can change things. He had a homer yesterday, has been on fire. The first pitch to him nearly hits him inside, 1-0. Gabor, time at Creighton University in Omaha. Swings at the 1-0 and sends it straight towards Danny in the PA booth. Doesn't get this one. 1-1 the count. If you missed it the other day, the great Danny Maha did catch a foul ball straight on a line. That was we've been waiting for.
Yeah, that was spectacular.
But look at these swings by the Grizzly hitters. Cannot connect as Gabor shaking his head, wondering what is going on. Missed that one and makes it 1-2. Barely able to tap it and off his own foot, it looks like. Cy just mesmerizing these hitters right now. Larange at first. He was able to draw the walk. 1 away in the bottom of the third. Lumberjacks up 5-0. Again has to dodge the pitch inside. Gabor able to get out of the way, make it 2-2. All of the misses for Cy this inning have been to that direction.
If Cy can really get a handle on his command, I mean, he can be a really, really talented pitcher.
The 2-2, pop fly, but it'll get out of play. Right in front of a fan.
You've seen it today, the submarine motion, under a half-arm slide, and very difficult. Batters get underneath it. Hard to pick up the ball out of his hand. His command has been his one issue today.
Slow 2-2, up and away this time, so a different spot to miss, but still a miss nonetheless. 3-2 the count now to Gabor. It's the Grizzly trying to manufacture something, down 5-0 in the third. Larange reached with a walk, he's off of first, and Gabor works the count full. Dangerous right-handed hitter here. The 3-2, outside ball 4. First and second, 1 away in the heart of the Grizzly order drew up as Gavin Stupinski grabs his bat and steps to the plate.
This is definitely where you have to be careful if you're the Jacks. I'm not surprised to see Wheeler have to have a word with Cy. Stupinski and Ejo back-to-back. It's hard to find any lineup in the league. I mean, the Blue Sox, I guess it's all 9 right now for them that are hitting well, but Stupinski and Ejo back-to-back, as I mentioned the first time they came up, is quite a dangerous pairing, and there's a big array of experience in this league. It's hard to find 2 guys with more experience professionally than Stupinski and Ejo.
First pitch to Stupinski. Misses outside ball 1. You mentioned the Frontier League experience, but for Stupinski, there's some minor league baseball experience. Double-A Northwest Arkansas as recently as 2022. That's the Kansas City Royals organization. And here's Stupinski's hit by the delivery. Cy giving him kind of a shy smile, saying very sorry for that, but the Grizzly will take it. Stupinski, the slow march over to first, and the base is now loaded for the Grizzly as David Peterson walks out to the mound.
One swing away from getting right back into this game. The big, talented Kenice Ejo coming up. This is a huge spot in this ballgame.
It sure is. 5-0 the lead for the Lumberjacks, but the Grizzly have their cleanup hitter up with the bases loaded, and he has come through in spots similar to this before. Ejo playing Division II baseball with Seton Hill, and that was after playing Division I ball with Canisius up in Buffalo, New York. And how crazy is it that both of those mascots are Griffins?
I was about to say that I believe they're the Griffins. The D2 school, you said, is also the Griffins.
Yeah, Seton Hall Griffins and the Canisius Golden Griffins. I mean, what is the chances of going to 2 schools that have Griffin in the mascot?
I guess I should be closer friends with Kenice. We might have a connection.
We have the Griffin up here in the press box with us, and the Griffin at the plate takes a strike to start his at bat. Gonna have to ask Ejo about that if he just likes the Griffin mascot.
Well, and he was with Trois Rivières, which are the Eagles in French, Eagles in English.
Waits back on one way upstairs. Ball 1. 1-1 the count to Ejo.
And the griffin is a mix between a lion and an eagle.
Crazy. You never know what you're going to learn. And for the Grizzly, trying to wake out of this slump. Just high. 2-1 the count to Ejo. Larange at third. Gabor at second. Stupinski at first. Bases full of Grizzlies. Ejo looks to be in command. The 2-1 delivery from Sai. Big hack and a miss. 2-2. Ejo wanted all of that one. Wargo on deck. Still no hits for the Grizzly. But 2 walks and a hit by pitch give him the bases loaded. The 2-2 on the way to Ejo. Outside ball 3. There is action in the Oregon bullpen. As the Grizzly try to respond, Lumberjacks scoring 5 in the top half of this inning. They lead at 5-0. But Alberta looking to reverse course right away. Ejo, the big righty, open stance, awaits the payoff pitch and looks at it outside, ball 4. Canis Ejo draws the bases loaded walk. Larange steps across the plate, and the Grizzly are on the board. A 5-1 lead now for Oregon, and the tying run to the plate in the form of Tate Wargo.
The Grizzlies saw the patience of the Jacks in the third inning, taking all of those at-bats to full counts, and they've done the same now here in the bottom of the third, looking for their own big inning.
First pitch to Wargo. High, ball 1. Wargo, another one of these Grizzly hitters with Division I experience. The University of Akron.
The Zips.
That's right. Here giving it a shot, leading the team in hitting, and looks at that one way outside 2-0. Still just 1 away in the bottom of the third. Lumberjacks up 5-1, but the tying run at the plate as Tate Wargo has the bases loaded and a 2-0 count to work with. Injured his wrist right before transferring to Akron, so didn't feel like he gave it his best shot, but now he is doing really well here at the CWL. Takes ball 3 as the throw to third, not in time. Interesting decision by Wheeler to try to catch Gabor over there off of third. But it's a 3-0 count, 1 away, and the bases loaded for Wargo.
Wonder if Sai's just run out of gas here. This is the deepest he's gone into a game all season and has lost his command.
Can't imagine Wargo will be swinging here. The 3-0, he did not. Oh, a strike called at the end as the pitch gets away from Wheeler, so Gabor will score. I think everyone was in a bit of shock there to see the strike called, including Wargo, who was halfway to first. A 3-1 count, but a run does come around for the Grizzly. Makes it a 5-2 game now. Runners at third and at second with 1 away. Wargo could make it a 1-run game with a base hit, and he's had a lot of those, hitting 400 coming into today. The 3-1, strike on the inner half this time. So, Boucher giving Sai both the outside and the inside corner. Wargo can't be pleased, but he'll try to recover. Now 3-2 the count, with Stupinski at third, Ejo at second. Already 2 runs in. The payoff pitch to Wargo. This time it is outside. Ball 4. Bases loaded again. This time for Carlos Pinheiro. Really earned that one, did Wargo. The 4th walk of the inning. Still no hits for the Grizzly, but they've got 2 runs in the bottom of the third, and they trail 5-2 with Pinheiro looking to bring them all home. Sai goes into his slow, long windup. The first pitch to Pinheiro, lashed to center field, but right to Thomas. Makes the catch, out number 2. Stupinski will score from third and make it a 5-3 game. Boy, Pinheiro got all of that one, but right to the center fielder.
He does his job. You want to make contact, not strike out. Drive in another run for the Lumberjacks. And certainly had the swing to try to tie the ball game up, but for the big 5-run inning for the Jacks, Grizzlies have put up 3 and got a tight ball game again.
Remy Heckman hit by a pitch his first time up. Runners go, and Heckman's hit again. Get some ice on that, Remy. And you'll have plenty of time to think about it at first base with the bases loaded again for the Grizzly. Two away, down 5-3. 3 runs already across, and Jorge Duran will look for a big hit. You kind of had a feeling after the Lumberjacks scored 5 in the top half that the Grizzly weren't going to go down quietly. And here they are, 3 across and bases loaded for Duran. Goes with the no batting glove look from the right side. The first pitch from Cy, outside ball 1. Got to credit both teams and their hitters not chasing the pitches that are not in the zone. They are just not giving in to the pitchers. The 1-0 to Duran, 2-0 now. The misses for Tsai began in on the righties and away from the lefties, but now it's kind of shifted the opposite direction, missing way outside of the righties. The 2-0, maybe talk too soon as this one misses inside, nearly hits Duran. 3-0 the count to Jorge Duran. Bases loaded, 2 away. Grizzly trying to tie it up or more. Again, would be shocked if Duran has the green light on 3-0. He does take a strike right there. 3-1 the count to Duran. The 3-1, Duran, hard ground ball down the line, fair ball. In comes Ejo, in comes Wargo. Here comes Heckman from third. He scores, and the Grizzly take a 6-5 lead. Duran clears the bases, and the Grizzly come down with 6 runs after being down 5-0 and take a 6-5 lead.
What a wild third inning. Grizzlies have been patient and patient and patient, just looking for that one big swing, and Duran just pulling it down the line right over the bag, and maybe this is the inning that changes Alberta's season.
It could be. They have batted around exactly like the Lumberjacks did in the top half. What an action-packed inning here in the third as Sobojinski takes that first pitch for a strike. 0-1 to the number 9 hitter. A balk called on Cy as Duran messing with him there off of second. He'll take third, and the energy has just completely shifted. The Lumberjacks were hooting and hollering, making noise. They were up 5, and now the Grizzly have responded with the same. A 6-5 Grizzly lead in the third. Sobojinski, the 0-1, a strike, 0-2. Maybe it's the no batting glove look. Duran didn't have batting gloves, 3 RBI double. Sobojinski here, no batting gloves. He put some good contact his first time up. And he takes this one outside, 1-2.
He's got the red arm sleeves going as well under the green jersey. It's an interesting look.
It allows us to distinguish the green that the Lumberjacks and Grizzly are both wearing. We know where Sobojinski is. And here he's calling time. The Wisconsin native looking for more damage for his Grizzly. Toggles his bat back and forth over his shoulder before fouling it the other way. Hope you've been comfortable at home during this third inning. Grab a snack, grab a Dr. Pepper, and enjoy a 6-5 Grizzly lead as the 1-2 to Sobojinski. Hard foul ball over to the batting cages.
Do you make sure to mention Dr. Pepper at least once every broadcast you do?
That's the first time I've brought it up all year, actually. Griffin.
Really? You got to get an NIL deal with Dr. Pepper.
I'll have my agent on the line if you're interested. The 1-2 nearly hit Sobojinski. Able to get out of the way. 2-2. Duran, the big hit that the Grizzly were waiting for. A 3 RBI double now over at third after the balk. Grizzly up 6-5 in the bottom of the third. The 2-2, Sobojinski lines it to short. Ohila gathers, fires. Out is the call, a delayed call by Jeremy Gaskin, who was making sure Ariola kept the foot on the bag. And the Lumberjacks finally get out of the inning, but not before the Grizzly erupt for 6 runs on just 1 hit. A lot of walks in between did the damage for the Grizzly, who will take a 6-5 lead into the fourth, and Griffin will be taking over the play-by-play, so I hope you have as much fun as I have. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back to the California Winter League, where the Alberta Grizzly lead the Oregon Lumberjacks 6-5. You've been listening to myself, Brian Janselson, on play-by-play, but now Griffin Epstein will take over for the next few innings.
Thanks, Brian. Top of the fourth here from Palm Springs Stadium, 6-5 lead for the Alberta Grizzly over the Oregon Lumberjacks after a topsy-turvy third inning. Kevin Consolazio left the mound in the top of the third after giving up 5 runs, and little could he imagined he'd walk back onto the mound with the lead. The Grizzlies score 6 runs in the third. Jorge Duran, a bases-clearing double, the key hit. And we have a tight ball game as we go to the top of the fourth. Jonathan Pena leads off, lefty for the Jacks, and takes a first pitch strike on the outer third from Consolazio. 5 runs on 3 hits, no errors for the Jacks. 6 runs on 1 hit, 2 errors for the Grizzly. Consolazio turns and fires, fastball well outside and all the way back to the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike to the lefty Pena, who walked back in the third.
Yeah, I love how you said it, Griffin. I don't think Kevin Consolazio thought he'd have a lead in the 4th inning, but here he is.
Final day of the regular season here at the CWL. 1-1 count. Consolazio turns, kicks, and throws. Swing and a miss. Big hack by Pena, 1-2. Nary a cloud in the sky. Beautiful day here in the Coachella Valley. Consolazio sizes the shoulders and delivers. Swing and a miss again. Confident Consolazio coming out on the mound for the 4th. He sends Pena down for his 3rd strikeout of the afternoon.
Yeah, good for him getting the opportunity. His manager, Jared Lemieux, trusting him, giving him the chance to bounce back after that difficult inning. The defense let him down a little bit too, so really not all his fault, and a great start.
Kazuya Ota, designated hitter, top of the order for the Jacks here in the top of the 4th. 1 out, nobody on. First pitch is the knuckler from Consolazio, inside for a ball, 1-0. Jacks leadoff hitter, 1 for 2 today, singled back in the first, struck out looking in the third. The 1-0. Check swing. Pitch up in the zone, though. Strike anyway, says Brendan Boucher. 1 ball and 1 strike. Beige-brown glove for Consolazio as he delivers home. Fastball on the outside corner at 76. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Consolazio had a 1-2-3 second, allowed 2 singles in the first, but then got helped by a 4-3 double play by Alex Sobczynski, the second baseman. Here's the 1-2. Pulled outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Patience keyed the 3rd inning. It wasn't that Consolazio really totally lost control of the zone, but in terms of the walks, he had 4 walks given up. 3 of the 4 were on full counts. Here's the 2-2. Inside, and Ota backs out of the way.
We've seen a lot of that today from hitters on both sides, just trying to narrowly escape the pitches inside.
So, guess what? A full count again for Consolazio. He's certainly used to it at this point. Sidesteps, kicks, and delivers. Swung on and lofted into left center. It's down for a base hit. Over the head of Reckman and picked up by Larange. It's a base hit for the leadoff man for the Jacks. So 1 on, 1 out for the Lumberjacks in the 4th. And that is going to do it for Consolazio, I imagine. Wyatt Rowland started warming up as this inning started back up. And as Jared Lemieux walks to the mound, he'll have a word with Consolazio, as well as the catcher Robbie Wheeler. Wyatt Rowland is standing and waiting for the signal in the bullpen, and for now it appears Consolazio may stay in the game.
Looks like it's one of those genuine conversations between a manager and a pitcher saying, hey, do you still have it? Do you want me to give you at least 1 more batter until someone else reaches? And Jared Lemieux is trusting his pitcher.
Season high for Consolazio in terms of innings pitch was 4 in his last outing. It was also against these Lumberjacks last week when he went 4, allowing 3 runs on 5 hits. One out here in the top of the fourth. 6-5 lead for the Grizzlies. Consolazio back to work. The first pitch home to the lefty Enomoto is grounded. Third base side picked up by Wargo. Throws to second for one. So Bajinski will eat it there, but there's two away. One pitch, one out to Enomoto. It will trade places with Ohila at first base. Bring up Noe Areola, the first baseman. Righty batter to face the righty Consolazio. Two away, Enomoto at first. 6-5 lead for the Grizzly over the Lumberjacks. Consolazio at the belt and home. Fastball on the outside, black. 0-1. Five in the top of the third for the Grizzly. Or for the Lumberjacks, I should say. 6 in the bottom of the third for the Grizzly for a 6-5 lead. 0-1. Loop down the third base line. It's a fair ball. Rolling all the way into the corner. Hustling around second is Enomoto. He will be sent around. It is booted by Larange in third. Enomoto will walk home as the ball is finally relayed in. And we're tied. Areola delivers on a liner down the third base line. And then Larange misplayed it. He might have got a better look at how Larange played that in left, but it got by him and ended up easy for Enomoto to walk home and score and tie it at 6.
Yeah, that left field corner hasn't been very friendly, has it? Pena and Larange both having trouble getting to a ball hit just exactly like one another. Areola and Duran. Nearly identical.
That'll do it for Consolazio as Wyatt Rowland enters for the Grizzly. We're tied at 6, top of the fourth. 2 outs. We'll be right back. You're listening to California Winter League Baseball. Welcome back to Bob Springs Stadium. Top of the fourth inning in a wild ball game between the Alberta Grizzly and the Oregon Lumberjacks. Day is done for Kevin Consolazio after the game-tying RBI double by Noah Areola. Wyatt Rowland will enter in relief today for the Grizzlies. Lanky righty, 5'11", 205 on the bump. He makes his first start since February 9th when he only went an inning, allowing 2 runs against the Washington Blue Sox. He's had some really good starts on this season. He had 6 shutout innings against MLB China in his last start on February 4th. But this time coming out of the pen and trying to keep the Grizzly and Lumberjacks tied at 6. He'll face Will Thomas, the center fielder, coming up. Noah Areola is at second after his RBI double. Game-tying double, allowing Ryuya Enomoto to score. And then ruled an error as Larange booted the ball out in left field. Probably otherwise Enomoto would have held it third. So it does go down as an unearned run on the tab for Consolazio. We're only getting final warm-up tosses in along Brown Lux tumbling out of his gray cap. He scrapes at the dirt around the rubber. His first appearance in 5 days. Jared Lemieux hoping he can get this last out of Will Thomas. Keep it tied at 6 as we go to the bottom of the fourth. He'll work out of the stretch to face the righty Will Thomas, the center fielder. 0 for 1 today and walked in the third. Glove perched above the shoulder of Thomas, or above Roland, I should say, has the sign. Now with the belt and home, fastball misses inside. 1-0 to Thomas.
Very important for all these guys to get some work in before the playoffs. You have to imagine that Roland will be someone who appears in a postseason game for the Grizzlies, so just keeping him fresh.
He's had some great starts this season. At the belt and home, it's hammered down the left field line by Thomas, but hooking foul and into the bleachers. Mentioned that 6-inning shutout performance against China. He's actually only allowed 2 runs all season. ERA sub 1.93. First 3 appearances, all starts. Did not allow a run in any of those appearances. 1-1 count. The pitch high and tight. Thomas backs out of the way. 2 balls and 1 strike.
And could be the reverse of what we saw from Cy, right, who had not started and did well in the first 3 innings. While Roland, when he came out of the bullpen, that was his worst appearance. So see if he can handle this pressure coming in, replacing Consolacio.
2-1 count. The pitch is skied high into the air in left center. 3 green jerseys conversion. It's Larange underneath it, and he makes the catch head high for the 3rd out of the inning. Thomas flies out to retire the threat, but it's an RBI double by Noah Arriola, tying the ball game at 6. Middle of the 4th. 6-6 on the California Winter League Broadcast Network.
Thank you. Miss you, Evan.
Bottom of the 4th inning from Palm Springs Stadium. Tied at 6. A good ball game this morning between the Alberta Grizzlies and the Oregon Lumberjacks. The final day of the regular season here at the California Winter League. And Valentine's Day. And the Bats are certainly getting a lot of love today with 12 combined runs on the board. New pitcher into the ball game for the Jacks is Guanming Liao, the righty from Chinese Taipei. Will try to stem the tide of offense after we had 11 combined runs scored in the 3rd. Game-tying RBI double by Noah Arriola in the 4th inning, top of the 4th. And now it will be the top of the lineup for Alberta here in the bottom of the 4th. Larange, Gabor, and Stupinski. The lefty Larange leads off for 1 with a walk today. First pitch to the lefty, chopped down the first base line, and just foul. Guangmin Liao on the season, making his 5th appearance. Just a 1 run allowed on the year, 1.9 ERA, 3 2/3 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, just 1 walk. Ready with a high set, black glove in the 0-1. Lined into left center field, racing over to his right is Larange, reaching up over his head and bouncing off the warning track on the wall. Hustling to second is Larange with a stand-up double. Ball's thrown to 3rd. And Clayton Larange with a double over the head of Pena.
Ball just continues to fly out towards left field, and with the 3rd time through the order for the Grizzly, even though it's a different pitcher, you just have to look out Feels like the offense woke up in the third, and they might be ready for another go-around here in the fourth.
It's the first hit Liao has allowed this season. If you can believe that. First pitch coming home to the righty Ben Gabor. A strike on the inside corner. Lorange dancing around at second. The go-ahead run here for the Grizzly. Tied at 6 in the bottom of the fourth. Ready on ready matchup. Liao nods and fires. Fastball sails high, 1-0. Just 5'8" on the bump, Liao, 154 pounds. As Liao steps back off, Lorange putting on his best moves over at second base. And now Liao wants a new baseball. Trade with Brendan Boucher, the home plate umpire. Grizzly did a good job in that third inning, really disrupting the rhythm of the starter Cy. He had one balk in the inning. Here's the 1-1. Flied high into the light blue sky, out into right center. Back is Sobczynski, the second baseman, under the baseball, and he makes the catch above his head for the first out of the inning. Lorange holds it second. Much needed first out for Guanming Liao, trying to settle in to this outing. Last pitched on Monday against the Blue Sox. 2/3 of an inning, allowed one run with one walk and two strikeouts. The lefty, Gavin Stupinski, the catcher, steps in. First pitch home, big hack and a miss by Stupinski. Stupinski grounded out in the first and was hit by a pitch in the third and came around to score as part of that big 6-run inning for the Grizzly. Tied at 6 here in the bottom of the fourth. The 1-2. Or no, that's got to fix the scoreboard. That's a strikes. 1-1, I think. There we go. Someone's falling asleep. Good crowd on hand on this beautiful morning. Ming Liao looks back at second and home. Fastball just misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Sapinski. Baseball game is a great Valentine's Day date idea, and almost everywhere in the country, you can't do it because there's no baseball going on February 14th. But that's not the case here in Southern California. Ming Liao comes home, chopped foul just off the end of the bat is Stupinski. A good piece of hitting to stay alive. Slowly rolls back to the backstop where Ijo, the on-deck hitter, will pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, Valentine's Day is all about doing something you love, and I love being at a baseball game, so that's where I'm going to spend my Valentine's Day. You're also here. All of us in the press box are here. Nowhere else we'd rather be.
1-2 count. Ming Liao home. Breaker misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Stupinski. Yellow and black bat. I imagine he got with the Sussex County Miners, those colors, in the Frontier League. Sussex County had a great season last year, making the playoffs. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt, and Wheeler quickly tags out Stupinski. 2 away. Ming Liao has responded after giving up a leadoff double with back-to-back outs.
You don't often see a swing like that from Stupinski, just completely fooled by Liao, who you mentioned gave up his first hit to Lorange, and you can kind of get a look at why he's been so good all year, mixing things up and just fooling the hitters. Now has to get through Ijo.
Center fielder has walked twice today, righty batter. Came around to score in the third. Lorange at second. 2 outs. Bottom 4 tied at 6. First pitch home. A breaker on the inside corner. Just 67 miles per hour for a strike to Ijo.
Where did Ijo play in the Frontier League again?
Oh, you really want me to keep on speaking in French. The Trois Rivières Eagles. Here's the 0-1. Check swing. Ball in the dirt. Appeal to first. Jeremy Gaskin says he went. To the disbelief of Ijo, and I'm going to say to the disbelief of myself. I don't know. We don't have the best angle up here. So an 0-2 count to Ijo. Ming Liao is a strike away from a scoreless bottom of the fourth. He spins around. Good pickoff throw to second, but just safe is Lorange. It was, if the throw was on line by Ming Liao, Lorange would have been out by a mile.
I don't even know if it was the throw. I just think Kim wasn't there in time because he was out by a good amount of distance. Would have been the first I've seen here at the CWL.
Another 0-2. Chopped left side. Diving the shortstop Kim under his glove into the left. Larange is sent. Here comes the throw. It's late. A lead for the Grizzly down to second is Ejo safely ahead of the throw. Alberta takes the lead 7-6 on an RBI base hit by Kenise Ejo. Just under the glove of the diving shortstop Kim. And the throw from Pena a little high and up the line. And Larange scoring ahead of the tag. Ejo really good base running to go down to second as well. And now he's in scoring position with Tate Wargo, one of the hottest hitters in the league, coming to the plate. 7-6 lead for the Grizzly. They retake the lead. This is turning into a back-and-forth brawl. First pitch to the righty. Wargo is a fastball high, 1-0.
There's just no breaks through this order, Griffin. You get through Stupinski, make him look bad at the plate, and then you have to deal with Ejo and Wargo. I mean, where do you rest?
Makes a really dangerous lineup. Wargo swings at the 1-0, pops it up right side, foul territory, Arriola over, and it lands, oh my, into the seats up in the 10th row, and a lady was lucky to avoid getting plunked. That hit right next to her as she was walking up the stands. She had a drink in her hand, too. That could have been disastrous. But now she's got a smile on her face. She's okay. It's a 1-1 count. Ejo dancing, he'll take off to third, but he's in a rundown, high throw, and now it's a pickle. Barker picks it up at third. He'll throw back to second. Bliscoe, the second baseman, is there. He's chasing down Ejo. He'll talk back to the pitcher, Ming Liao, and he's out to end the inning. An early lead for Ejo. Tried to time it up, take off, but he left too early, and Ming Liao caught him to retire the side. The go-ahead RBI base hit, though, by Kenise Ejo in the bottom of the fourth. Alberta retakes the lead, 7-6 through 4. Listening to California Winter League Baseball.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Top of the 5th from Palm Springs Stadium. California Winter League Baseball, the final day of the regular season, and boy, is it delivering. 7-6 lead for the Grizzly over the Lumberjacks. Wide Roland back on the bump for the top of the 5th for the Grizzly. His first pitch home to Chris Bliscoe is a fastball on the strike on the outside corner. 0-1 to the lefty second baseman, who's 0 for 2 today, but reached on an error in the third. Roland working on the first base side of the rubber, turns, kicks, and delivers. Another fastball grounded right side, just foul to the right of the first base back. Roland entered in the 4th inning in relief for the starter, Kevin Consolazio. Got the last out of the inning, inducing a flyout to Will Thomas.
And I love what he does on the mound. Roland just really goes at his own pace. He took a breath in between pitches, looked straight up to the sky, collected himself, and now readies his next pitch.
Here's the 0-2. Chopped right side over the second baseman, Sobczynski. No, actually, we have a new second baseman. A little bit of a high throw, but Durant stayed on the bag, one away. Was looking for those custom red arm sleeves of Sobczynski, and he wasn't there. So Lemieux has made a change at second. Well fielded by Garrett Calm. 4-3 ground out starts the top of the fifth. The ball always finds you when you enter the game. It's funny how that works. Si-Yoon Kim to the plate. The shortstop swings at the first pitch, grounds it left side. Remy Heckman, the shortstop, is there to make the throw and beat Kim by 2 strides, just like that. 2 away in the top of the fifth.
And this is starting to look like a Wyatt Roland type of game. You talked about his first 3 starts, didn't allow a run. It was a lot like this, just quick outs, weak contact, looking good out of the bullpen.
Both teams looking for a pitcher that could really slow down this game or really speed up this game and just get some outs. Move things along. The third and fourth innings combined took a good hour and a half. 2 outs, nobody on. The first pitch home to Robbie Wheeler, the ready catcher, called a strike on the outside corner. Wheeler gave a little word to Brendan Boucher asking where that caught the zone. Maybe just on the outside top corner. It was a generous strike called by Boucher. Here's the 0-1 from Roland. Oh, he slipped a little on the mound and pulled it into the left-handed batter's box. 1-1. But a lot go on in this game. There's even a fire alarm going off last half inning in some building nearby. We didn't have time to mention it.
Bats are too hot here.
The 1-1 is lined into center, right at Ejo, racing in, dives, and couldn't make the catch. Bounced off of his glove and onto the turf. Nearly a web gem by Ejo. It was hit on a line right to him. He raced in, made a diving catch. The sunglasses coming off the hat, but he trapped the ball. Either trapped the ball or it just popped out of his glove. That would have been quite the El Paseo Jewelers web gem. Instead, a base hit for Wheeler.
Great effort by Ejo on a ball that is so tough to read right at you. The center fielder gave it his best effort.
Brings up Carson Barker, lefty batting third baseman. First pitch home. Settles in for a strike in the heart of the zone. 7-6 lead for the Grizzly. They've scored 7 runs over the last 2 innings. Roland trying to keep the lead in Alberta's favor. Time is called by Boucher before the 0-1 pitch. Smattering of fans, good crowd for this Thursday or Wednesday morning game. A lot of hats in the stands. Nothing but bright sunshine here on Valentine's Day. Roland at the belt, the 0-1. Chopped right side, second baseman Calm is there. He'll toss to second for the force out to retire the side. 4-6 ground out, ends the fifth. Roland works around a 2-out single for a scoreless fifth. Finally, a 0 on the board. First time since the second. It's 7-6 Grizzly. You're listening to California Winter League Baseball.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Hey, Power Baseball fans. Looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12. So you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice. So get started today.
Bottom 5 from Palm Springs Stadium. 7-6 lead for the Alberta Grizzly over the Oregon Lumberjacks. What a ball game. The final game of the regular season. Grizzly once trailed this game 5-0. They scored 6 in the third and trying to add a few more runs here in the bottom of the fifth. Connor Gleason, the big righty, on the bump now for the Jacks. 6'3", 230. He's an imposing force to face, and he's had an excellent season, native of Auckland, New Zealand. 2.23 ERA, 6 appearances, 3 starts, and 15 2/3 innings pitched. This is the number that stands out to me, though. 25 strikeouts in those 15 innings and just 4 walks. Really good command, really good stuff. He's been getting a lot of looks at by scouts. After he started his last appearance on February 9th, he'll get an inning or two here to gear up for the postseason. Tate Wargo will lead things off for the Grizzly in the bottom of the fifth. He was at bat in the bottom of the fourth, but Kenise Ejo got caught in a rundown, which ended the inning. Wargo is 0 for 1 today, walked and scored in the third. Gleason ready at the belt, kicks and fires. Fastball with some juice on it on the outside corner at 92 miles per hour.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see Gleason because he wasn't as sharp in that game you mentioned against the Power, Griffin.
Gleason sized the shoulders and delivers another fastball, chopped foul, that again at 92. He's throwing some gas out of the bullpen.
We were really excited about that matchup against Trey Valka, and both starting pitchers underwhelmed a little bit in terms of sharpness. Now, the numbers look good for Gleason, but he hit a couple of batters, so got to see him back in action.
0-2, skids off the side of the mound, kicks right to the second baseman, Bliscoe, who tosses to first. 1 away. Sports Clips are the pros in men's hair. They have cutting-edge stylists and hairstyles to give you a championship haircut. Make sure to check out their signature haircut service, the MVP Haircut Experience, which includes a precision haircut hot towel, massaging shampoo, and neck and shoulder treatment. Wow, that's a lot of good stuff. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the fifth, Connor Gleason on the bump. He'll face Carlos Pinheiro, the right fielder, who checks the swing on the first pitch, bounces off the edge of the bat, and trickles along the green grass back to the backstop. A 7-6 lead for the Grizzly here in the bottom of the fifth. Ready on ready matchup. The 0-1. Fastball pulled outside, still at 92. Gleason consistently there to start his outing out of the pen. 1-1 count to Pinheiro. How about the score on the backfield for this morning's game? A playoff preview between the Power and the Blue Sox. They might have not wanted to show all their cards. Here's the 1-1. Hit hard into right field. Over is Enamono. Will play it back on a hop. And it's a base hit for Pinheiro. 92 out of the hand of Gleason, but 96 off the bat of Pinheiro. I'll bring up Rennie Heckman, the shortstop. The Blue Sox win again, though. You had the score, Brian?
8-1.
8-1, wow.
Should have known when I saw Tim Catalano walking around here, the concourse, looking happy as a peach.
If the Blue Sox lose again, it will be the loss to end their season. Who would have thought that after the first 2 days? Heckman takes a first pitch strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
I do worry about that for them.
It's pretty remarkable. Here comes the 0-1 from Gleason. The pitch. Chopped left side and foul, 0-2. Past David Peterson at third. That's 12 in a row to finish the regular season for the Blue Sox. They're starting 0-2. It just still blows my mind. They had 1 hit through their first 2 games of the season. Got no hit against these Grizzlies in the second game, and everyone was worried about how the Blue Sox were going to do this season. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Gleason went away from the heater, 84 down in the zone. That looked like the changeup to me, and there's 2 away.
Great pitch there, and just going to be fascinating, Griffin, to see all these matchups play out.
Really, really excited for the playoffs. Power will get a rematch with the Blue Sox. That's going to be the 10 a.m. stadium game on Friday. Pinheiro takes off from first. Ball gets by the catcher, Wheeler, all the way back to the backstop. Pinheiro never stops running down to third, standing up. The Grizzly trying for a key insurance run. Pinheiro is 90 feet away. Pinheiro got a huge jump, was easily going to make it to second, and I think Wheeler might have gotten a little bit ahead of himself. It's actually, I believe it's a different catcher now behind the plate for the Jacks. Either way, the ball got by the catcher, and Pinheiro never slowed down. 1-0 count to Jorge Duran, the first baseman. Pitch home is chopped foul right side and out of play. 1-1 count to Duran. 2 outs. Pinheiro at third. 7-6 lead for the Grizzly over the Lumberjack. 1-1. Chopped foul off the inside of the bat. A little jam shot from Duran. 1-2. Blue Sox power rematch. So Blue Sox win today 8-2. They'll play at 10 a.m. on the stadium. First quarterfinal game here on the stadium on Friday. The Blue Sox, certainly really at this point, the hottest team in California Winter League history in 15 years, putting together a 12-game win streak. 1-2 fouled off the screen. But you think most likely for the power, Trey Volca is going to make the start. One of the best pitchers, no doubt, in the CWL, who looked excellent yesterday in 2 innings of work. And that really makes that matchup exciting. The 1-2 home. Fastball on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. 93 from Gleason, and he struts off the mound. 2 strikeouts to retire the side for Gleason. He works around a single in his first inning of work. We've played 5. It's 7-6 Grizzly. You're listening to California Winter League Baseball.
Elmer's Restaurants. Welcome to the family.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Top 6 from Palm Springs. 7-6 lead for the Grizzly over the Lumberjacks. Been a fantastic day so far of baseball. Washington Blue Sox over the Palm Springs Power on the backfield 8-2. This has been a back-and-forth brawl between the Grizzlies and the Lumberjacks, which sounds like something that could actually maybe happen in a backwoods forest, either in Oregon or Alberta. That's the Grizzly beast over man with the upper hand as we enter the top of the 6th, but the Lumberjacks will try to change that with Jonathan Pena leading off against Wyatt Rowland, who's retired 4 batters, worked around a single in his last inning against Robbie Wheeler. Interesting, 2 guys that are typically starters, and Rowland and Gleason currently on the mound for the Grizzly and the Jacks respectively, getting just a couple innings of work before you imagine there's a good chance we could see both of these guys on Friday as these teams start the playoffs. Pena, lefty left fielder leading off. Pitch home from Rowland. Fastball sails high for a ball. 1-0.
I know who I'm taking in the Grizzly versus Lumberjacks battle in nature. Definitely Grizzly.
You're taking the bear over man.
For sure.
The man has the axe, though. Here's the 1-0. Low in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes.
The bear is a bear, though.
Bears are very smart, too. And this is not any ordinary bear. This is a grizzly bear. The black bears are very talented creatures as well. The 2-0 is flied backwards and out of play. 2-1. I saw a clip recently on X, or formerly Twitter, of a bear in Southern California who was frequenting a swimming pool at someone's house. Not sure why you're shaking your head, Brian. Here's the 2-1. It's flying high in the air on the infield. We'll see who's got it. A lot of guys are yelling. It's Arriola, the first baseman, who makes the catch, calling off Bliscoe at the last moment. Or, excuse me, Duran calling off Calm at the last moment, I should say.
I'm shaking my head because I tuned out as soon as you said X. It's not X. It's Twitter. Everyone who uses Twitter will forever call it Twitter.
Well, there's a lot of great bear videos on Twitter. They're very smart creatures. Kazuya Ohila, top of the order now for the Lumberjacks, designated hitter. 1 out, bases clear, 7-6 lead for the Grizzly. Roland turns and fires, fastball on the outside corner, 0-1. They typically mean well, but if there was a Lumberjack with an axe, I could see why a Grizzly would be threatened. Certainly the Grizzly were threatened today after they trailed 5-0, but they put up 6 in the third. 0-1, change up on the outside corner is a strike, 0-2. 5 in the top of the third for the Lumberjacks. Grizzly respond with 6. Teams traded a run apiece in the fourth, making it 7-6. Here's the 0-2 from Roland. A breaker misses outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Game 2 today, closing out the stadium, the regular season. The Palm Springs Chill battling the international regular season champs, the British Columbia Bombers. 1-2 popped up into shallow center. Second baseman Calm is back under the baseball, makes the 2-1 catch above his head for the second out of the inning.
Definitely don't want to get into a real-world fight with the Bombers.
No. Lyuya Enomoto, lefty right fielder, will step into the batter's box for the Lumberjacks. Boy, if the Bombers look good over the last couple weeks. They're the favorites in the international division. Here's the pitch home from Roland, in for a strike, 0-1. The schedule has been finalized this morning, so I'm kind of introducing it here on the air as you maybe make your plans for Friday. The 12:30 stadium game will be the Canada A's and the British Columbia Bombers. 0-1. Stroke down the right field line, hooking, fair ball right inside the line. One hops and picked up by Pinheiro, racing to second with a double is Enomoto. Perfectly placed by the right fielder. He has a 3-hit day. Just like that, the Jacks have the tying run in scoring position.
Even the foul balls have been hit hard by Enomoto today. You can just tell he's locked in and delivering all day long in the 2-hole. Great job by Enomoto.
2 runs, 2 singles, a double. Reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the fourth today for the Japanese right fielder. Now Arriola digs into the right-handed batter's box. First baseman. Pitch home from Roland is a beautiful changeup on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1.
Arriola, another one of those whose foul balls have even looked good today. He had an RBI double, or we're calling it a double that scored a run after the errand left, but a double that brought home a run and a foul ball that was nearly a home run to left. So really this top of the order for the Lumberjacks looking good all day long.
Arriola called time, now steps back into the batter's box. More fans, some kids filing into Palm Springs Stadium, getting ready for the second game between the Chill and the Bombers. You would not want to face Chill either. Typically, you can't beat cold, as the 0-1 swung on and missed 0-2. As someone who spent some cold winters in the Midwest. Chill, though, is typically welcomed here in Palm Springs. No need for heating or cooling, though, today. In the upper 60s. 0-2. A jam shot on the infield. Roland's going to call everyone off on the mound. Will make the easy grab for the third out of the inning. Tying run in scoring position, but the Jacks can't bring Enomoto home. Wyatt Roland has worked 2 scoreless. To the bottom of the 6th, it's still the Grizzlies in front, 7-6. You're listening to California Winter League Baseball.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Hey, Power Baseball fans. Looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
Bottom 6 from Palm Springs Stadium. 7-6 lead for the Grizzly over the Lumberjacks. Another pitching change for Oregon. They use their 4th pitcher of the day. It'll be Justin Rios to pitch the bottom of the 6th. 5'6", 180-pound lefty out of Lamont, Illinois. Played his ball at D3 North Central College in Naperville, Illinois, outside of Chicago. He's had a good season here in Palm Springs. 6 games, 2.57 ERA, 3 wins, 0 losses. Big kick and a throw from a lefty. First pitch inside, and it hits Will Thomas. Or actually, check that, Garrett Comm, who entered at second base a couple innings back. So Comm hit in his first at-bat. He'll go down to first, and it brings up back to the top of the order for Alberta. Clayton Larange, the left fielder. Alberta looking for some insurance here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch home, Larange lunges at it and fouls it straight back. Rios last outing 4 days ago in that 21-run performance by the Jacks. He ended up working 4 innings, allowed 2 earned, 4 hits, 2 strikeouts. Righty lefty pitcher on lefty batter as the 0-1 misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike to Larange.
Griffin, I think we need to do some research and ask Clayton Larange about this Lumberjack versus Grizzly battle in real life, because he was a Lumberjack once upon a time at Stephen F. Austin University.
Oh, how about that? The 1-1 chop left side and into left field. Picked up there by Pena, and Comm will hold it second. And the Grizzly have a great opportunity now to add some key insurance runs here in the bottom of the 6th. 3 outs away from a much-needed victory. It would be their first win in a week. They last won February 7th.
I like your use of the word chopped on that base hit.
We're really getting into the Lumberjack and Grizzly puns, aren't we? Are there Lumberjacks in Texas? Stephen F. Austin is in
I'm ready for this
Nacogdoches?
One. Oh, wow. Look at you.
Came to me.
Nacogdoches, Texas. That's right. There are a lot of Lumberjacks in East Texas.
Really? You wouldn't think of the woods in Texas, as the Grizzly are going to make a pinch running change. Comm exits, and Caleb Ware will replace him at second base. 2 on, nobody out, and the first pitch home to Ben Gabor is in for a strike, going 1. The Lumberjacks had some great basketball teams about 10 years ago under Brad Underwood, who's the Illinois coach. Illinois coach now, made a couple appearances in the NCAA tournament.
Thomas Walkup, their star.
Purple and white, I remember. The 0-1 pumped up behind home plate and into the seats. 0-2 count to Gabor. 7-6 lead for the Grizzly. Bottom of the 6th. They're looking for some more runs. Comm was hit to start the inning, now replaced by Ware, the pinch runner at second, and Larange, the runner at first. 0-2 count to Gabor. Rios looks back at second and fires home. It's chopped right side, gloved by Bliscoe, picks it up. Wild throw over the head of Areola and into the dugout. One run will score. It never actually rolled into the dugout. Rios picks it up. Grizzly have an insurance run, 8-6. Gabor goes to second. Ware has scored, and Larange is at third. Bliscoe made a really nice play to glove it and had a chance, but then made everything worse by airmailing the throw over the head of Areola. We'll see if that goes down as a single in an air, just an air. Would have been a tight play at first if Bliscoe had made a good throw. There's always tough scoring decisions there where you make a good play and then make not such a good play. Kevin Stupinski steps in, lefty batter, and takes the first pitch low. So it's 8-6 Grizzly, and Stupinski with a swing can really put some distance in between the Grizzly and the Jacks.
Yeah, and he struck out his last time up. Hasn't had the greatest day at the plate, so I wouldn't be surprised if he lets it all loose here.
1-0 home is foul with left side, right behind manager Jared Lemieux. 1-1. Stupinski's 0 for 2 today by a pitch in the third. Larange at third base, Gabor at second. Rios, the lefty. Black glove, sets at the chest, kicks and throws. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike. 1-2 to Stupinski.
You know, you mentioned the manager, Lemieux. You know what 8 runs means for the Grizzly.
No sprints.
No sprints. They start the game with 8 sprints afterwards, but for every run they get them eliminated. So 8 means no sprints.
1-2. Swing and a miss by Stupinski, 2 away. He waves at that fastball. That's the first out of the inning, I should say. Much needed for Rios and the Lumberjacks. As Kenice Joe, ready center fielder, strides to the plate. Larange still at third. Gabor at second. 8-6 lead for the Grizzly. It's maybe been the comeback to really propel the Grizzly into the playoffs. We're down 5-0 entering the bottom of the third. They scored 6 runs and have added 2 more now for an 8-6 lead. First pitch home to Ejo, misses inside, 1-0.
And Ejo has been all over it today. An RBI single his last time up, hitting the ball hard, seemingly every time we see him here at the stadium.
Rios working out of the stretch, glove by his hip, now sets and delivers. Ejo slaps one into right, racing over Enomoto, and he makes the running catch. Tagging from third is Larange, and he will score standing up as the ball's cut off. The Grizzly add another insurance run, and it's 9-6 Alberta.
And a third run batted in by Ejo. Doing it with a walk, a single, and a sacrifice fly, doing whatever his team needs.
2 very helpful insurance runs, no doubt, for Alberta. Bullpen is quiet for the Grizzlies, so imagine Wyatt Rowland will return in the 7th to try to close out the ball game. Tate Wargo comes to the plate. Gabor still at second. First pitch home, misses outside. 1-0. Well, there's good news for the fans here, too. They've all earned free tacos from Jack in the Box. So I'm going to have to leave you, Brian, and go pass out tacos now at the top of the 7th inning. This time is called by Wargo.
The people do need their tacos.
I was going to ask, too, does Lemieux have to do sprints? I think he should if the Grizzlies score more than 8 runs. 1-0. Chopped foul left side. 1-1.
Yeah, we had been wondering, what is the carryover? Do you just kind of bank one for later? If you score, let's say 5, you become 6.
No, that you can't do, I don't think.
No?
That would be cheating.
I like your idea. I don't know if Jared would like that.
I'll talk to him about that today, maybe. Good way to, keep himself in shape. 1-1. On the outside corner for a strike, 1-2. Breaker to Wargo, and Rios a strike away from finishing off this 6th inning. 2 runs, though, have come across for the Grizzly for a 9-6 lead. Here's the 1-2. Fouled straight back by Wargo. I want to thank you, Brian, and the rest of incredible staff up here in the press box. Evan Schmeiser, Danny Maha as well. You guys have done an incredible job all season. It's been super fun helping you guys, working with you guys, and I know everyone at back home has really enjoyed listening to you guys all season and just really excited for the playoffs. 1-2, lined up the middle, bounces past the second base bag into center base hit. Gabor is set. Ejo will just hold it out in center, and it's a 10-6 lead for the Grizzly. Double digits for Alberta, and they're 3 outs away now from breaking out of their losing streak.
Yeah, this has definitely been a party for the Grizzly. After 2 quiet innings, the bats have just not gone back to rest. Really great signs for Alberta as they head into a big matchup with China.
Carlos Pinheiro stands in. Righty right fielder takes the first pitch low for a ball, 1-0.
But I do want to thank you and acknowledge that, Griffin. Like we talked about at the beginning of the broadcast, would not be able to do any of it without your help. So thank you for bringing the lineups every single game, alerting us of crazy roster changes and everything in between.
1-0, fouled off the screen. 1-1. You guys certainly make my job easy and really has surpassed my expectations these last 3 weeks. Nothing better, too, than getting to broadcast some playoff baseball. Super excited for you guys. 2 quarterfinal games on Friday, U.S. and international championship games on Saturday, and then the big CWL championship game noon on Sunday. Rio steps off. Quick throw back to first. Wargo just steps back on the bag after the half-hearted throw from Rios. 10-6 Grizzly. They've scored 4 unanswered to pull away. Wargo takes off, pitch outside, good throw down to second, tag just late by Kim, and Wargo has a stolen base. Game 2 today will start 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one, so that's at the earliest now. Well, might be close to 1 o'clock. We're still in the 6th inning. 2-1. Grounded right side, chopping and through past the sliding Blyskoll. Wargo will come around and score on a late throw, 11-6 Grizzly. Carlos Pinheiro joins the hitting party for the hungry Grizzly. Well, there's no doubt today, Brian, Grizzly over Lumberjacks in this back forest fight here at Palm Springs Stadium to close out the regular season.
And look at the approach by all of these Grizzly hitters. The other way for Pinheiro, up the middle for Wargo. Ejo, a sacrifice fly the other way. I mean, it is just non-stop good action and good ideas when you're hitting at the plate. So the Grizzly not only waking up out of hibernation, but they are doing so in a fashion in which they can actually carry it over and say, okay, it's not just about the results, it's about the process. And they're going to be able to certainly hang on to that as we get another pitching change here in the 6th.
David Peterson meeting with Rios. We'll pull him out of the game, and we'll get a new arm coming in for the Jacks to try to get this final out of the 6th inning. We'll step aside for just a moment. 11-6 Grizzly, 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to California Winter League Baseball. Welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium. It's all Grizzly. They pulled away over the Lumberjacks, lead 11-6 in the bottom of the sixth inning. Shinji Suzuki trying to get the Jacks out of this bottom of the sixth inning. 4 runs have come across off Justin Rios. Suzuki, the righty from Japan, will try to get the final out, facing a pinch hitter, Nick Malinowski. Bright red batting helmet, pinch hitting for Remy Heckman, righty batter. First pitch misses inside from Suzuki, 1-0. Suzuki, two-way player, has pitched well this season for the Jacks. 10 appearances, 1.80 ERA, and 11 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed just 9 walks, 13 strikeouts. Popped up off the bat of Malinowski and caught easily by Black Skull. Well, I got to pass out tacos, Brian, to the lucky fans, but I appreciate you letting me on, and looking forward to hearing you guys in the postseason.
Yeah, just bring us tacos too, okay?
I'll drop up a few free tacos from Jack in the Box as well. Brian will close out this game for you on the other side. It's 11-6 Grizzly over the Lumberjacks. We go to the 7th. You're listening to California Winter League Baseball.
Immerse yourself in the ultimate fan experience at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Stop by any of our 3 premier properties in the Coachella Valley to catch all of the games on our giant wraparound screens. See real-time scores on our giant LED sports ticker. Plus, enjoy exciting twists on all of your bar food favorites. Get your game on at 360 Sports in Rancho Mirage, Palm Springs, or Cathedral City. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome back to the California Winter League, where the Alberta Grizzly lead the Oregon Lumberjacks 11-6. Brian Yanselson back here with you. Great job by Griffin Epstein to take you through the middle of this game that has been topsy-turvy all morning long. We are approaching the afternoon hour. In fact, it is afternoon officially, even though we got started at 10 a.m. And Will Thomas, Chris Bliscoe, and Si Hyun Kim will be due up for the Lumberjacks, trying to pull up a 5-run rally to keep it going, but it's been tough sledding against Wyatt Rowland on the mound. Rowland came in out of the bullpen, replacing the starter Consolacio. When he came in the 4th inning, it was tied at 6, but he has really settled things down on the mound for the Grizzly, allowed them to score 5 runs offensively, and that's where they lead 11-6 as the first pitch to Thomas, a strike on the inner half, 0-1. Rowland takes a deep breath between every single hitter, looks up at the sky, raises both hands, and then gets ready to go into his windup from the right side. The 0-1, tapped foul, 0-2. The Lumberjacks led 5-0 in the 3rd inning, but the Grizzlies stormed back, took a 6-5 lead in that frame, and after that brief tie at 6, they have not looked back. A great offensive day for the Grizzly. The 0-1 from Rowland to Thomas, misses away. A lot of chatter in the stands as those tacos are being handed out. 9 runs or more means tacos at the ballpark. And here Rowland trying to put away Thomas. The 1-2, looped the other way, foul, out of play. The regular season finale here at the California Winter League. Really hard to believe. We still have one more game coming up between the British Columbia Bombers and the Palm Springs Chill. That'll be the final game this afternoon before a day off tomorrow and the playoffs on Friday, as a swing and a miss by Thomas is the first out of the inning. Couldn't catch up to that breaker, and Roland continues to dominate. One away in the 7th. Grizzly up 11-6, and Chris Bliscoe the batter. Believe it or not, just the first strikeout for Roland. As we mentioned, entered in the 4th inning and has allowed just 2 hits, a lot of weak contact, pop-ups galore. Gets a sign from the catcher, Stupinski. Now turns and fires. A strike on the inner half, 0-1 to Bliscoe. 0 for 3 on the day, did reach via an error and came around to score back in the 3rd inning, one of 5 Lumberjacks to score. The lefty Bliscoe crouches over the plate, awaits the 0-1, and looks at it buried, 1-1. If the score holds, the Lumberjacks would fall to 9-6. That's where they would end the regular season, while the Grizzly would improve to 7-8-1. Long windup from Roland, a line drive over the second baseman Malinowski, a base hit. Pinheiro collects and fires into second. Malinowski nearly had it, but just about an inch over his glove. And Bliscoe has his first base hit of the day. Runner at first, 1 away in the top of the 7th. As Si-Hyun Kim steps up. 5-run deficit for the Lumberjacks, but you never know. We've seen some wild finishes here at the CWL. Roland, a quick check on Bliscoe. Dives in safely at first. We've had a lot of talk about who could be the favorite as the playoffs approach, and it's hard to tell. The Blue Sox winners of 12 in a row. On paper, that's hard to bet against, but it's a single elimination format in the playoffs, and everybody's there. As this one misses high to Kim, 1-0. The Bombers look really good, the first seed in the International Division. But I have liked what I've seen from these Alberta Grizzly. Would be really tough to go against them and their offense. The 1-0 chopped foul past third. 1-1 to Si-Hyun Kim. Grizzly holding on to an 11-6 lead here in the top of the 7th inning. For most of the season, the Grizzly have been the #1 offense in the California Winter League. Leaders in average, runs, doubles. The Bombers have them in the home run category, but just about everything else, it has been the Grizzly. The pitch to Kim. Beautiful breaking ball on the corner. 1-2 to Si-Hyun Kim, the shortstop. Like Bliscoe before him, 0 for 3 on the day. He's played a pretty good defensive shortstop, though. Bliscoe held on by Duran at first. Roland keeping an eye on him. Raises his glove over his head. Now sets at the belt and fires from the stretch. A looper into left. Lorange coming in. And he makes the catch over his head for out number 2. Lorange didn't quite see it at first, but then he charged in quickly for the out. And it'll all come down to Robbie Wheeler. Wheeler has had an excellent day at the plate. 2 for 3, an RBI double back in the 3rd. Crowd anticipating the end of this game and the start of the next one as the first pitch to Wheeler is upstairs, 1-0. Roland would be in line with the win. He came in for Consolacio, a tie game. And then the Grizzlies scored 5 after he entered. From the stretch, line past third, foul. Battling all the way are the Lumberjacks. Winners of 4 of their last 5, a tie sprinkled in there. Managed by David Peterson. They'll be going up against the Palm Springs Chill in the first round of the playoffs. Roland, the 1-1, low and away, 2-1. It'll be Canada Day on Friday, so it's not just the opener of the playoffs. $5 admission for all Canadian residents, and the Bombers and A's will play the special Canada Day matinee. Blue Sox and Power will be before them here at the main stadium as the 2-1, the Wheeler swung on and missed. 2-2 the count now to Robbie Wheeler with 2 away in the 7th. Grizzly up 11-6 and 1 strike away from ending the season with a win. Roland takes another one of his deep breaths and looks up to the sky. Normally does it between batters, but here doing it between pitches. Glances over at the runner Bliscoll. Now gathers and fires home, fouled the other way. The flags have pretty consistently been blowing towards left field. Both the American and the Canadian flags out there in center. And you can see the entire design on the flags because the wind is picking up here in Palm Springs. The 2-2 from Roland in the dirt, ball 3. Patient at bat by Robbie Wheeler. Runner will be off at first. 3-2 the count with 2 away in the top of the 7th. Grizzly up 11-6, but the Lumberjacks breathing till the end. Wheeler from Rancho Cucamonga right nearby. The 3-2 to him, ball 4. Take your base, Robbie, and this game will keep on going for Carson Barker, the third baseman. Absolutely love to see the patience and the effort, even with this game being a 5-run lead for the Grizzly. You got to give it your all. You never know who's watching. And Carson Barker will step up. Runners at first and second, 2 away. Lumberjacks down to their last out. The first pitch to Barker, wide, ball 1. Roland did not allow a run through his first 3 starts. Out of the bullpen last time, did give up a couple, but it has been pretty smooth sailing for the righty. The 1-0 from him, just a bit low, 2-0. Barker gets ahead in the count. Bliscoll at second. He singled. Wheeler at first with the walk. The 2-0 to Barker. Grounder the right side. Can't gather it. Malinowski at first. Then he recovers at second and makes the throw for the final out. Got a little scary there for the Grizzly, but they were able to get the final out and get out of it with a win. 11-6 the victory to finish out the regular season. They will improve to 7-8-1. And face MLB DC China in the first round of the playoffs. That's coming up on Friday. Meanwhile, the Lumberjacks fall to 9-6, and they will face the Palm Springs Chill. Both of those games will be at the auxiliary field on Friday, so if you're interested, you can check them out there. We will be streaming the other games between the Blue Sox and the Power, and the Bombers and the A's. But we still have one more game later this afternoon, so don't miss that one, the Bombers and the Chill in the regular season finale. For everyone here in the press box, Danny Maha, Evan Schmeiser, and Griffin Epstein, who joined us today, I'm Brian Janselson. Don't go anywhere. 30 minutes from now, first pitch of the Bombers and the Chill. Have a great rest of your day.